Another Monday, another screen, another Zoom call, deadlines, code, caffeine, back pain, life of an IT girl in the city. And I had to go. Hi, I'm Live Life Vijay and I'm trading Control Shift Bug Fix for peace, pine trees, and Pahadi chai. Uttarakhand, here I come. As the city fades behind, something in me starts to breathe again. Nature doesn't need Wi Fi, it gives you connection. You know, in tech we chase productivity, sprints, stand up systems, but out here I learned you can't download peace, you have to go meet it. We are so lucky that we are gifted with this beautiful Himalayan range across so many different states. And Uttarakhand is called as the Dev Bhumi for some reason. The huge mountains, the unknown waterfalls, I don't know how many mountains we might have crossed to reach the Char Dham of Uttarakhand. They are nothing but Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath and Badrinath. So today we are going for Yamunotri, the Yamunotri Dham of Uttarakhand. During monsoon season, there will be a lot of landslides on these roads, and you can see how they have constructed the shops or their houses on this mountain terrain. It is very difficult to stay at this area. We started our journey from Bangalore to Delhi via flight, and then Delhi to Haridwar via overnight bus.
At Char Dham Yatra, and this is our first Dham, Yamunotri. Started from Haridwar around 6:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning, and we reached Barakot by 4 p.m. And thankfully weather was really good. We didn't get much of the traffic. Roads are really good. I imagine fresh most of that, but it is really good. And we got this nice homestay here, right in front of the river Yamuna. And you can hear the sound of the water. People living here are so lucky to be part of this kind of world. However, we can come here and explore it for at least one day and again go back to our hectic life.
It started drizzling near to Barkot. We are just 10 km away from Yamunotri Dham. Not exactly Barkot, some other village. And wherever we were staying, right next to us, the river Yamuna was flowing. It was so clean, so pure. If you see this in Delhi, you cannot even imagine that this is the same river flowing across all the states and being so polluted. Just went for a walk to see the river, but looking at this so clear crystal water, I couldn't control myself than taking a dip inside this water. And thankfully Surya Deva was still with us. The minute sun sets over here, right, the temperature drops. If you want to take bath in those rivers, you better take bath when sun is there, otherwise it will be too cold to take bath.
Had a nice refreshing bath at river Yamuna, and it is so refreshing. You can literally taste the sweetness of water from the Himalayas, I can say.
Because of the travel, we were very tired. We had a nice homely cooked food and slept overnight. Next day morning, we were supposed to start by 6 o'clock, but however, we started by 7 o'clock, had some breakfast. Poha was there and started for the trek. As and when we get close to the Janki Tatti, from where the trekking starts, right, we started seeing these beautiful glaciers. And there is one more thing which I saw is helicopter service. I did not know that in Yamunotri also there is a helicopter service. You can check their website and book them if you want. So this is a Janki Tatti village. From there the trekking starts. They say that from here the trekking distance is 6 km. I cannot say it as a trekking, it is a yatra. If you cannot walk by yourself, there are kachar or hybrid version of horse. The cost will be around 1,500 to 3,000 they will take up and down, and dolly is also available, a single person carrying you, and one more is where 4 people carry you. I will update all the details on the way. It was just half an hour for the yatra and I was already started getting tiredness. So that is why they say do some breathing exercises, walk for some distance every day and then do. So we come there with so much of preparedness with the trekking shoes and all those things. I have seen so many people with bare minimum things. They come with the slippers and 1 or 2 bags. That too they are carrying the offering for goddess Yamuna. They still have 3.5 kilometers. They've written like that, but I'm pretty sure it is more than that. Only motivation is these beautiful Himalayan mountains, and in front of you while trekking you can see a beautiful glacier and you just have to climb towards that glacier. In between these huge mountains, the path is very narrow. You can see a lot of traffic jam with horse person and dolawala people. It is very difficult to walk. That is why they say start early where less people will be there. You know the situation over there. So don't just come with the hype that I will do. Just come with the preparedness. Carry one rain jacket, one thin jacket for the wind protection, and a water bottle with you, some dry fruits, some peppermint. I was carrying a lychee from Haridwar. I was just chewing that lychee. It was a savior for me. And one more thing, just keep that small bag with you. Don't give it to your friends if you are going with friends, because you cannot pick up the pace over here. Some people will be behind, some people will be forward, so it is better to carry whatever you need with you, and carry a hard cash. UPIs will not work. You cannot expect signal to work in this mountain terrain, right? On the way you can see water bottles, but as and when you start climbing, the cost of the water bottle starts increasing from 30, 50, 100, 200, like that. Maggie you will get on these mountains. I was damn hungry that I had a poha or avalakki as a breakfast that was digested long back. So I thought let's break here for some time and do some pet puja, feed my tummy and get some energy and start again.
अभी कितना दूर है भैया? 1.5 किलोमीटर। ये झूठ लिख रहे हैं ना? हाँ। ये झूठ लिख रहे हैं, सारे बोल्ड गवर्नमेंट का वाली बात है। मैगी बनता है कितने मिनट में? 10 मिनट में। लोग बोलता है कि 2 मिनट में मैगी बनता है, लेकिन नहीं, यहाँ 10 मिनट में मैगी बनता है। भैरव नाथा का मंदिर है। अभी 3.5 किलोमीटर बोल रहे हैं।
Don't go with those boats, okay? In the previous boat they had written 2.5 and from Bhairavnath ka mandir they are saying 3.5. I don't know, because of this mountain terrain, right? You feel like you have walked more, but still distance has not reduced.
I think Maggie also registered very fast. 2.5 kilometers to go. Consistency is the key. ऐसे चढ़ते रहो पहुंच जाओगे। टाइम इतना भी नहीं हुआ है, टाइम तो बहुत है हमारे पास, बट लगता है कि बहुत चल गया, बहुत टाइम हो गया।
The only distance you can measure is the glaciers were getting more closer to you, and these mountains which I showed you at the beginning, right? I was down and showing you upside view. Now I can say that we are at the same level to these mountains. How many mountains we might have climbed and came here. You see, there is hardly any distance between this mountain path and next to that this big khai, the drop. And you can see that river flowing across these mountains is river Yamuna, which flows like in a small forms from this glaciers, like small waterfalls will come from these glaciers and join river Yamuna. That is how the river width increases. Finally, we saw this 200-meter board, and you can see the temple over there, right? With the yellow color temple, that is Yamunotri. The original Yamunotri temple was constructed by Maharaja Sudarshan Shah of Tehri Garhwal in 1839. However, the temple was later damaged by earthquakes and subsequently rebuilt and renovated by Maharani Guleria of Jaipur in the 19th century. Inside the Garbhagriha, you can see a blue color idol, that is Ma Yamuna, and right side to her you can see Ma Ganga, and left side to her again Ma Yamuna. They will take the murti of Ma Yamuna to one of the base locations and they will do puja over there, because in winter this temple and this entire area is not accessible. Lord Shanideva and Ma Yamuna are said to be the children of Surya Deva. So because of that, on the right next to this bank of this river, right, you can see a lot of hot springs. Many hot springs are there where people will boil rice as a prasadam, and they will keep over there for 15 to 20 minutes, and once it is prepared they will eat it as a prasadam. And along this bank you can see many people offering sari, doing puja and lot of prata, Hindu prata on this bank of the river, because for us it is just originator of river Yamuna. For them it is their faith and pahadi prata. I think these saris will be collected somewhere over there, otherwise it is kind of disturbing the river flow. And here you see the water is very cold at some point, and some point there are hot springs as well. They will just get some mugs or something and they will take bath. I was like looking at them, I just touched the water a little bit, it was very cold, and I was very happy that I took bath right next to that, wherever we were staying, right there only. River Yamuna originates from the glaciers above, so it is little bit far from here.
Going back, it rain started here already. I have to keep my mobile inside it. It will rain. 1:30 we have started. Let's see. Well, coming up it was like 8:30 to 12. Let's see how much time it will take for climbing.
There are some kund, like temperature controlled kund from the hot spring, are available for separately for men and women. You can take bath and do darshana as well, because the river flow and river water is very cold. It is very difficult to take bath. I think for lunch I just had some samosa on top. There are many shops close to the temple, you can have it. And I see people are still climbing up, like it's almost 2 o'clock. I don't know when they will come down, maybe it will be night for them. There are some ashrams right behind that temple. You have to walk a little bit far. I don't know if they will allow people to stay over there, so it is better you start early and come down early. Started around 8 AM and I reached by 12 o'clock, maybe 4 hours it took for me to go up. And for coming down I started around like 1:30 or something. Let's see how long it will take to reach down. So one thing which I have realized coming to this Char Dham is you don't need money. We have invested money for this. It's like around 25,000 without flights package we had taken for the Char Dham Yatra, all 4 yatras like Gangotri, Yamunotri, Kedarnath and Badrinath. But here, looking at these people, you might say that I don't have money, but without money also you can travel with bare minimum things, where to stay, what to eat, everything can be compromised to see the beauty of nature. So look at them, they are traveling with their friends, family, like pura village, the entire village people coming together for this yatra every year. Look at their age. I cannot even imagine at this age doing all these things. On the way, you can see many landslides. We have seen recently in news, there are so many landslides happening over the Himalayas.
First Char Dham we have visited, that is Yamunotri. Since the river flowing Yamunotri, what I expected was, I thought it's a river trek. We will be going right next to the river. But no, it is not a river trek. There is a proper path, and along with the pony, along with the horses, along with a lot of people, you will be walking on that path. They say the trek is around 4 kilometers, but it is not true. It is 9 to 10 kilometers up and 9 to 10 kilometers down. So be prepared for it, and if you walk with the consistency, you can do the trek.
So along this Char Dham Yatra, you can see a lot of bandaras for free food and free stays. Here and there some tents will be located. You can check with local people or your driver. So I think we came back around 5 o'clock or something, had dinner and slept for the day. And the remaining 3 dhams are there, right? Next one was Gangotri, and then Kedarnath, and then Badrinath. Actually this Yamunotri trek will make you fit for the Kedarnath trek, because this is up and down. You can consider around 15 to 16 kilometers, but in Kedarnath that one way itself will be 22 kilometers. I have created separate videos for that. Do check that video out. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.